We are headed off to go buy a truck, or well, I guess technically it's an SUV, from a farmer just outside of San Antonio, Texas. We're going to be going a couple hours south of where I live, actually. And what we're going to be doing is working on building a one-of-a-kind Doomsday survival truck. And this is something that I've designed from the ground up, piece by piece, to help a family or perhaps a family-sized group of folks ride out any kind of a, bump in the road, so to speak, that may or may not be in the future. Anything like a severe natural disaster. I'm thinking things that are like Katrina-sized or worse, massive civil unrest, perhaps, just, whatever happens. So, alright, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I brought home with me. This is a 1999 Chevy Suburban 2500. This is, how most Suburbans are built on the, Silverado 1500 frame. This is basically the same deal, except it's built on a 2500 frame. It's a 3/4 ton version. So, it's pretty much just like the 1500, but it comes with the beefier 8-lug axles, a heavier duty frame, superior brakes, much bigger brakes, and the plain old Suburban 1500 body. There's not too many of these on the road, actually, but if you keep an eye out for them, you do see them from time to time. Now, I ended up picking this up from a farmer who is actually the first titled owner of this truck. Hang on, I'll let you run here. It runs great, I think. Yeah, I think it runs great. It's super quiet, it's super smooth, and despite the age and the mileage, we'll talk about that in a minute, it doesn't make any weird noises or do anything funny or anything along those lines. But as I was saying, the farmer was the first titled owner of this truck. That's because it's, believe it or not, a government truck. It was bought new by the American government and used by the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management. He got it and used it to pull a horse trailer all over the state of Texas and all over the western half of the country. As you can see, it's got about 200,000 miles on it there. It does have some aftermarket upgrades like this CD player. I'm pretty sure that's a CD player. It's actually been quite a while since I listened to a CD, now that I think about it. Comes with AC. AC works. Everything works on this truck. That's the cool thing about it. And it's got some extras like the rubber flooring. It doesn't have the traditional carpet, and it does have this 4x4 selector on the floor as opposed to on the dashboard, and that goofy little switch thing that occasionally is kind of known for going out at the worst possible moment. It does have the aftermarket trailer brake controller. As mentioned, he used it to pull a trailer around. But the vast majority of those miles are highway miles. But I gotta say, I'm really, really happy with my Craigslist find. Just from looking at this, there should be a little bit of difference from that, so let's see how she sounds. Now I gotta be honest with you all, before I got this project going, I'd never lifted any kind of vehicle, but I talked to some people, I read a bunch of forum threads and watched some YouTube videos, and this truck has what's referred to as a a torsion bar suspension, which I'm not an expert on it, I don't claim to be. So now that we got the truck all lifted how I want it to be, the next thing for us to do is to start work on what I refer to as the survival skid, and that's essentially just going to be this rectangular frame that's going to hold together this toolbox and these two 35-gallon water tanks. And I like it because I feel like it fits the truck. You know, I wanted to build something that was simple looking. I didn't want it to be overly complicated or, you know, intimidating or anything along those lines. I just wanted something simple that would fit the brick-shaped vehicle it's going on. And I gotta say, I definitely don't have any complaints about how this thing turned out. So with this being all finally wrapped up, I guess we might as well move on to the rear bumper of this truck. cell phone grid won't be completely overloaded. I know during 9/11, a lot of people tried to, pull out their cell phones and reach loved ones and everything, and they just couldn't because there were so many people trying to use the cell phone grid that, it just wasn't able to process all those calls. So I thought I should put something different in this truck, something a little bit unconventional today at least, and I decided to pick up a CB radio. Well, that seems to work well. I've got this magnetic antenna which is stuck to the top of the SUV, and the cool thing is that we're picking up all sorts of traffic on this old CV radio, and that's interesting to me because my shop is located way out in the hills. It's not anywhere close to any substantial sized town, and it's in a very hilly area, as I just mentioned, and we're inside of the steel building, and we're still picking up traffic left and right. So I gotta say that's pretty impressive. All right, so yeah, definitely happy with how that's working out, and I guess we might as well just keep working on loading out this bumper. Tailgate. Well, with that being said, I guess we might as well get to work on building an aluminum jerry can frame. present to you the completely built and now even painted Doomsday survival truck. So as you can see, I'm just pulling some of the masking off here. I guess we'll go ahead and get that wrapped up and take a look. Now we'll just go ahead and pull it out of the shop, and can I get a drum roll, please? I need better audio effects. Regardless, here's the truck. Now, as you can see, it was kind of getting a little bit dark when I filmed this, and the still shots turned out a lot better in the video, unfortunately, because of that. But regardless, here's the truck itself. As you can see, I painted it a very flat color of green. It's very low shine. It should blend in well with any type of green surroundings. And as you can see, now that it's completed, it needs to find a home. I'll put it that way. And I gotta say, I designed this thing so it could be a practical family towing vehicle. If you got like a boat or a camper or anything along those lines, you just pull it around. And then when the sky turns black or something's about to go down, you just pop that survival skid in the back. You got the 70-gallon freshwater capacity. You got all that tool storage. And then you're in a classic American 4x4 truck, basically. You can go anywhere. You can do just about anything with it. And you should be set up for just about anything. It's designed to be practical. It's designed to be something you can live with. And I gotta say, I am very, very, very happy with how this came out. Pretty much the only problem I had with this build is I initially accidentally built the bumper upside down, but I fixed that. If I was gonna do anything differently, I suppose it would be to build that right side up in the first place. And so I'd just like to take a moment and thank everybody who's watched this series. It's been a blast to put together. And have fun and stay safe.